Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to One Night in Karazhan. Let's continue week 3. So we're now on to the second boss. Who is it? Let's see.
This curator is sorry. Please assist in recapturing the creatures.
So we beat the curator on the first battle. Now we're gonna fight Nightbane, one of the creatures of his menagerie, his group of animals. The dragon's loose, return it to the menagerie. It has a passive hero ability. The player starts with 10 mana crystals. Mana storm. Well, that's not going to particularly be super helpful for my deck that I play with, because I'm playing Murlocs that are pretty cheap to begin with. So we'll see what happens here. Let's begin. He'll probably be
Luther versus Nightbane!
playing a lot of crazy cards compared to me.
I will fight with honor.
So I'm just gonna trade out all of those. So the Nightbane.
Loose exhibits may come to harm. They must be restored to the menagerie.
So let's go ahead and greet the dragon, see what he says. He'll probably just roar.
Well met.
That's what I figured. So we'll do this, this,
Reporting for duty.
and this. And that puts 6 characters on the field to begin with. He's playing a bunch of other cards. So this.
To battle!
Now, it seems like it may prove that I'm gonna easily win with the Murloc deck.
Curator,
Even here.
we need to rescue Medivh.
The creatures must be saved. Then you may proceed.
Oh yeah, that's good. They reminded us our ultimate goal here is to save Medivh.
To battle!
So we want to get rid of this guy, so we have room for this guy. And then we've got a 5 here that we want to get rid of this. This one's a good one to get rid of. And that leaves a 2. So I should just take the lowest hitting guy that doesn't have some kind of special ability. Attack face with the rest. Even if this guy gets Wind Fury and hits me twice for 10, which he very well may do, doesn't really matter.
And the world trembles.
Now, if you were again playing a late game deck with very expensive cards, you wouldn't have so many cards on the field, and Ursa here would potentially be a problem. But when you give both players 10 mana, you've just moved the gameplay really far forward. Let's see, I have 1 damage, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. So 7 damage in total. Victory easily achieved again. Disappointing. Remember,
Assistance is required.
that this took a week of playing no Hearthstone. So we got the first card that's a 3 mana, 2 attack, 3 health creature, the Nightbane Templar Battlecry. If you're holding a dragon, summon 2 1/1 whelps. maybe down the road it will make sense to make a dragon deck, but I still don't think there are enough dragon cards that it works. The next card we get is the 1 mana runic egg for 0 attack, 2 health. Death Rattle, draw a card. Maybe worth playing, but probably not. Because if my opponent ever played this, I would not have any real motivation to attack it. I would much more likely just leave it there so it takes up one of your 7 spots for minions, since it has 0 attack. In fact, there's another card that's been along in the game for a long time that every time it takes damage you draw a card, and it's like a 1/3, and it maybe costs 2 mana instead of 1, but it's a much better offer than that, because it can potentially take damage itself. It can also attack and be some small threat. So that was Nightbane. Like, to get back to what I was saying though, remember, every week you have to wait 7 days, so you would think in the things you are doing that are legitimate and realistic that you'd ever do it, because I just take the whole heroic mode element out and say forget it, it's not worth the effort to do heroic, and I haven't done heroic for any of them because they're just too difficult, and they're playing number games where they just give the bad guys more character, more health. But you would think these 3 battles plus the 2 character classes would at least take 5 days, that each one would be difficult enough to take 5 days. They're not taking me but barely 5 minutes, and then I have to wait a week. It's ridiculous. Anywho, that's it for this recording. We'll come back in the next recording and try the 3rd boss. Maybe that one's going to be really, really difficult. Maybe also my Murloc deck is a lot better than I think it is. But all I did to make my Murloc deck is have all the Murloc cards and type in the word Murloc and fill in the deck. That takes up about 28 spots of your 30 cards. It's not that difficult at all to play, to make a Murloc deck. So as long as you have them. Anywho, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me out. If you want to support me further, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.